In this class, we are going to discuss the concept of two-dimensional array. Previous class itself, I mentioned one-dimensional array. One-dimensional array means the array name followed by the single subscript that can be called as the one-dimensional array. In the one-dimensional array, we can able to store the collection of values belongs to the same data type. We can go for one-dimensional array. For some situation, the one-dimensional array is not sufficient to store all kind of data. For example, if you want to store table of values we want to store means that time we are not using single dimensional array. That is not sufficient. A table means it contains some rows and columns. Otherwise, you can think like a matrix. Matrix means each and every matrix contains a number of rows and number of columns. So here, the single subscript is not sufficient to store all the row and column value. So that time we can move on to two-dimensional array. So what is two-dimensional array? Two-dimensional array means the array variable name followed by the two subscript that can be called as the two-dimensional array. How we can declare means int a of 10, 10. These are called the subscripted. So here I can mention two subscription, one for row specification, another one for column specification. Compared to the single dimensional array, we can specify only single subscripted value, and two dimensional array we can specify two subscripted value. So one for row, one for column, that only we can able to represent the table value and also along with the matrix value. Here I can specify one 3 cross 3 matrix. So normally I specify the array indices always start with 0. So 3-dimensional means 3 cross 3 means we can allocate 9 elements. We can able to store for 9 elements in this 3 cross 3 matrix. For in this matrix, here is can be called as the row. First one, 0th row, first row, second row, column, 0th column, first column, second column. If I want to pick the element in this 5 means how I can represent, I have to specify the row index along with the column index, then only I can able to fix this, I can able to fetch the element of 5. So here, before itself I mentioned the array indices always start with 0. So here 3 plus 3 means the row indices start with 0 to 2. The same way the column indices always start with 0 to 2. So here how I can specify means first row, 0th row, first row, second row, 0th column, first column, second column. So this starting value how I can represent means 0, 0. Row value 0, column value 0. That time I can select the element 1. Then second one, 0th row, first column. So 0, 1, I can able to select the element 2. 0, 1, the third element from the 0th row. The same way I can able to implement for some other rows also. So if I select the element 5 means I can able to specify the first row, first column. That only I can able to specify. So how I can specify means a of 1, 1, I can able to select the value 5. If I select 9 means I can specify a of 2, 2. These two, first one specify the row value, second subscript specify the column value. So here I can able to specify a of 2, 2 equal to 9. So this way I can able to specify the two-dimensional array. Two-dimensional array will contain two subscript, first one for row representation, another one for column representation. So how to initialize the two-dimensional array means int table of two subscript 2, 1, 2. So here I can able to specify, and the previous example I select 3 cross 3 matrix. So 3 cross 3 matrix means it contains totally 9 elements. I am placing the example for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here I can able to select 2 cross 2. So 2 cross 2 means totally I can able to store 4 elements. Though these are row 0th row, these are first row. Okay, so this way you can able to represent in the initialization. So initialization the same way how we can represent the same way these 2 cross 3 are 2 cross 2 also represented. So this specify 0th row, first row, 0th column, first column. This element I can able to select 0, 0 here, 0, 1 here, 1, 0 here, 1, 1. Sorry. So each and every one, the first thing we can able to specify the row value, second indices represent for column value. These are the representation of two-dimensional array. The same program can be how the converted into two-dimensional means. In this program, I can able to convert one more subscript. I can add. So I can able to specify. This can be called as the row and column value of matrix, row and column value. So I need to get two elements. So M comma N. I can specify the same way how the elements can be getting means for row representation I can able to put one for loop. For column representation I can able to put one more row. One more for loop. So these row and column represented I can able to specify I comma J. So like that only this simple program can be converted into the two-dimensional array. One-dimensional array means we can able to use for only single subscript. Two-dimensional array means we can able to specify two subscript. Whenever go for matrix program, we need to get the size of the matrix. Size of the matrix means row value, column value. After the elements of the matrix can be getted. So for that we can able to use for two for loop. One represent for row value, one represent for column value. After that we can write the scanf function means we can able to get the element of the array. The same way we can able to make the printing of the matrix element. That is also possible with the help of two for loop. One for row representation, one for column representation. Thank you.